Hello and welcome to this evening time taste challenge. Um, Let me adjust this real fast. So we have two blended Canadian whiskeys. The most popular type of Canadian whiskey is blended. This is Harwood, formerly known as Harwoods. You see the pretty duck on there? It's like a pen and ink drawing of a duck, and then there's like a pale red Canadian maple leaf. Canadian whiskey, a blend. It says imported and bottled by Duncan Harwood of Bardstown, Kentucky. Well, look, Duncan Harwood was from Vancouver, Canada. Heaven Hill bought the relics of Duncan Harwood and they used that name, but believe me, it's Heaven Hill. I'll put the link below and it's the Heaven Hill website. Okay, it's produced in Canada by who knows, somebody, whoever Crown Royal contracted with. And although Heaven Hill does own Black Velvet Distillery in Canada, Black Velvet, they bought that. It could be from Black Velvet Distillery in Canada, but they've been owning this long before they bought Black Velvet. So I don't know the story. It doesn't matter. There's not that many Canadian distilleries. There's like some big ones, and they produce Canadian whiskey from pretty much everybody. There's 40 Creek, and they're pretty big these days, and they got bought out. Okay, they were a craft whiskey distillery, and they got bought out, and so they might even do contract distilling for all I know. But this is Harwood, 80 proof, 40% alcohol. All right, so it's 40% alcohol. It's aged 3 years, and it's bottled in Kentucky. That's all I can tell you. And I paid $14.99 for this handle bottle. $14.99. I know there's the playoff game going on right now. Steelers at Bills. It doesn't look like it's working out to be too good of a game, though. I can't see them. I'm gonna go through this kind of fast. I'm gonna go lay down and watch it. I can't see them winning. Steelers, they're gonna lose, but they haven't had a losing season in like a long time. The Wheat Greatness says hello. Hello to you, the Wheat Greatness. Now here's Crown Royal Black, the famous Crown Royal Black, sold in every liquor store in the world probably. Introduced in 1992, 32 years ago. Comes in this black felt bag. It's about $30 a bottle though, for a $7.50. Yeah, it's like about $30 a bottle now. It's 90 proof, okay? So it's not regular old weak Canadian whiskey. It's 90 proof, so it's fully charged. Harwood used to be over 90 proof, but it got watered down. All right, so there's the crown for King Charles III, King of Canada. There's the velvet purple cushion. There's the crown. This product is aged in charred. So that's why it's got that. They age it in charred oak, not used oak barrels. They char the wood. So consequently, it turns, blacks, quote unquote, meaning dark brown. And it's a higher proof, 90 proof, 45% alcohol. So some people only drink Crown Royal Black. But it's not that popular. Crown Royal is really popular. The regular Crown Royal, that's the big one. This one, it's there, but I don't know how many people are buying it. But it's there. It's out there. It's out there. It's out there. Obviously. I'm getting through this bottle, boy. I hate to see this go though. But I'm not gonna buy any more. But when it's gone, I'll be so down. Because it's delightful. I mean, this thing is primo. The Crown Royal haters, they need to take off because if you're a Crown Royal hater and you're going to talk about how bad the black is, no. You're not convincing me of anything. I don't believe it. You're not gonna convince me that Crown Royal's black. Honestly, I mean black. You're not gonna convince. You're not gonna convince me that Crown Royal is bad because it's not. I mean, I like Crown Royal. I'm not like devoted to it. I'm not like hopelessly devoted to it, but I like it. I don't see that slagging on it. Okay, so there's the Harwood or Duncan Harwood, Harwoods. They got people on the internet, they selling old bottles of it, from like 60 years ago, 70 years ago, charging an exorbitant amount, which I had no interest in paying. I was glad to get mine for, so remember now, $14.99 for a handle, plastic, but $14.99 for this huge bottle, $30 for this regular size glass bottle. Okay, it's pretty obvious the Crown Royal Black is very dark. Is it because they're adding caramel coloring? It's possible. It's possible, but they say on the website it's aged in charred oak, so it could get that dark. I mean, it's no age statement. It might be aged. Well, we know it's at least 3 years. Could be aged a long time, but they don't say. A lot of their products don't have age statements. Some do, like Crown Royal, 18-year aged. Robust, full-bodied. I agree with that. 45% alcohol. A robust blend matured to perfection. Of course, everything is perfect, in charred oak barrels, blended at a higher proof for a deep, full-bodied flavor, rich texture, and signature smoothness. This can only be a Crown Royal blended Canadian whiskey. Okay. Got little fleur-de-lis all around the bottle, little fleur-de-lis. All this says is exceptional premium flavor. Exceptional. Premium. Everything's premium flavor. Okay, Tom, and notice it says flavor, FLAVOR, not flavor, like they don't use the Canadian spelling. So that label was designed in Kentucky and not in Canada. Tried the regular Crown Royal, Crown Apple, salted caramel. I never had the apple. I never had the apple or the caramel because I never had any of their flavors. All are very good. I like all the varieties for the different kinds of tastes at different times. I know these people, they live in St. James Parish, and maybe they live in Ascension Parish now that I think of it. But they got this whole bedroom like dedicated to Crown Royal, or they used to. I don't know. That was years ago. They might still, like they wanted to buy every Crown Royal variety, and they like really were really keen on that and really interested in that. And they were so proud of it. I was like, man, it's amazing that they put so much dedication to buying every Crown Royal product they could get their hands on. It's pretty cool. I don't know. That's pretty dark. Like creme brulee, charred oak, and maybe some like burnt sugar, which kind of creme brulee type thing. Yeah. Oh, that's light. That's light, sweet grains, uncharred oak, or maybe used oak, old bourbon barrels that have been used 20 times, something like that. It's pleasant though. That's mellow. That's mellow. It's a mellow product. You might say in your mind, no way. No $14.99 bottle of Canadian whiskey would be any good. It's gag inducing. You would gag if you drink that. Only hobos, bums, scumbags, derelicts, vagabonds, and ne'er-do-wells drink that. A, you're wrong, and B, you're incorrect because that tastes good. Okay, let's go with the taste. Cheers. And I'm unanimous in that. All right. Ha 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 ha. Crown Royal Black. No way I was getting that wrong. No way I was getting that wrong. So it's a challenge in name only. This was not a challenge in any real sense of the word. So is it possible to confuse Harwood with Crown Royal Black? No. I was going to say maybe if you went crazy, but even if you went crazy, you know, and you were talking about the communists spying on you through your cable television and all of that, you still wouldn't confuse the two. You'd be like, no, that's Crown Royal Black. As mad as you went, you know, you went crazy, you went mad, but you still wouldn't think, no, you would never confuse the two. Some just like to collect the different color bags. Oh yeah, they love, oh yeah, just the bags, right? But no, they're really into it, you know, they're really into it. Burley Sullivan says, you, same to you, Burley. You, Burley. Burley. All right. Oh man, I can't take it. How will I survive when this bottle's gone? You know, like I won't be able to drink Crown Royal Black again. Will I have a nervous breakdown? Will I go crazy? I mean, really crazy, be on the internet talking out of my head. You say, what's wrong? You all right, bro? I'll be like, no, I'm not all right. I don't have any more Crown Royal Black. Y'all don't understand. Yeah, it's really good. I got enough left for what? One taste challenge? Yeah, I can't see two taste. No, I can't see two taste challenges coming from that little bit. No, I don't think so. Oh, what a tragedy. Oh, what a catastrophe. This thing has been so good all around. But like I said, it's $30. So if you really cheap and you say I'm not cheap, I'm frugal. Okay. Want to rephrase that. If you're very careful with your expenses, you might not want to buy it. All right. Okay. But if you are very frugal, or as you said, very careful with your expenses, Harwood could be one for you because it's very enjoyable. It's not up to the Crown Royal Black level, but then, of course, it's much less expensive. So, what good things could I say about Crown Royal Black? About 1,000 good things, but we don't have all night. So, it's delightful. It's wonderful. It's lovely. It's great. I love it. It's fabulous. I would always choose it over Crown Royal. And I like Crown Royal, believe me. Believe me, you, believe you, me. I like Crown Royal, and I have never, you know, I never said anything bad about Crown Royal. Crown Royal. But the black is where it's at. The black is where it's at. I'm not kidding about that. Harwood, they got it going on. Yeah, you see the black bag? You can see the black bag. Tom, Harwood. I can't say anything bad about it. $14.99. I told my friend David, he was like, well, I'll pay you because we made a deal or some kind of beer whiskey trade. And he was like, oh, I'm gonna get you something and I'm gonna go search it down. I was like, don't do that. I told him, go to Dorgnac's and buy the Canadian whiskey that's $14.99. That's all you got to do. Go to Dorgnac's, buy the Canadian whiskey that's $14.99. Oh no, he got all complicated, so he bought me something else that I didn't really want, a bourbon, because I got too many bourbons now. But I mean, I'm sure it's going to be a very good bourbon. I tried it at his house. It was very nice. Okay. But I really was trying to save him the time and the effort. It's like, you can get this and then it's done. I know that Dorgnac's has a Kentucky straight bourbon, not a blended whiskey. I said Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey called Tom Moore. Same big bottle from Buffalo Trace, Sazerac, but they don't have it on the website. But it's around. Tom Moore, been around since the 18. I checked the trademark. It's been around since the 1870. Same price, $14.99. Now, is the Tom Moore any good for $14.99? Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Now, I don't know if it's any good, but I bet you it's not bad. I bet you it's not bad. And I remember when Albertsons had it for $12.99. Why, oh, why did I not buy that bottle? Of course, I kept screwing around, playing around, waiting around. I never bought it. And naturally, they sold it all on closeout, $12.99. What a tragedy. What a mistake. But it's water under the bridge. Okay, got it. I'm driving, so I couldn't see. Well, I wasn't looking for the black bag, just to clarify. Oh, I got you. Well, if you're driving, you want to make this an audio experience, not a visual. Okay, so Duncan Harwood's, last call on Harwood's. I love the label, simple, but it's got the duck in the the marshland. It's like the duck out in the marshland near the lake. Pen and ink drawing. If you could see it up close, you'd see what I mean. But don't look at it if you're driving. But you can look on the internet. They got a lot of stores that sell this, and you can look at a large image. It's a nice label for a basic product, but it's a really good product. So it's kind of creamy, like a creamy mouthfeel, sugary, like sugar cream. Oh, no. No. I don't see how you could say anything bad about this product. I don't conceive of that. I cannot believe that. Nah, that's a good product. So they kept the quality going. So like I said, in the 1930s and 40s and early 50s, it was kind of like a well-known, fairly popular Canadian whiskey. And then something happened and they went kaplooey. Then they brought it back and yeah, they lowered the ABV. It went from 90.4, I think, to 80. Yeah, they just threw it out there on the market. Did it catch on again? Did it become popular again? No. Are there a lot of video reviews for it? Absolutely not. Although you might track one down, but like I say, you're not going to really see any video reviews for it. You barely find written reviews. But if you found it, and I did, I found it, Dorgnac's, Metairie, Louisiana, Veterans Boulevard. I would not hesitate to buy it. You say, what if it's $15.99 for this big bottle? Yeah, I'd buy it. What about $16.99? $16.99? Oh yeah, definitely. $17.99. I'll tell you like this. I wouldn't go above $19.99. I'd go up to $19.99. So if you live in Rhode Island, or you say, I live in Rhode Island. I live in Prince Edward Island. I live in Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island. I found it for $19.99 Canadian. Is it worth it? I'd say, yeah. Because it's probably $14.99 US. Yeah. So it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. I'm so glad I bought it. I'm so glad I bought it, actually. And there's just too many Canadian. There are too many Canadian whiskey brands to tackle. I can't handle them. There's too many. I can't handle it. If I go to Albertsons in Baton Rouge or Albertsons in Hammond, I can't buy all those Canadian whiskeys they got. Oh, I don't know what Albertsons must have some connection to Canada or something. Sound like a car wreck. But man, it's amazing. Like if you go to Albertsons, which I know Albertsons is owned by Super Value, and they own Amigos and U.S. Grocery and Jewel Osco. If you live by Chicago, Jewel Osco. It's a huge, huge company. But they have so many Canadian whiskeys. It's like you could make a career out of Canadian whiskey only from that one grocery store chain. Because in Louisiana, grocery stores sell liquor. So I could really get caught up in that, but I can't do it because I got too many others. But I mean, I guess I could do it. But anyway, yeah. So what's the next Canadian whiskey after Harwood? What is the next one? I got a lot. Believe me, I have a lot. I have so many that it's going to take be like 10 years. You say it's 2024, it's a new year. Oh, check back in 2034. I might be getting it's so many. I got so many Canadian whiskeys, it's craziness. But but I kept getting them for cheap. It's like it's coming all the way from Canada. They got to pay for shipping. They got to put it on the train or the 18 wheeler. They got to bring it to Kentucky. They got to bottle it there or Illinois where they bought. How could it be so cheap? I don't know, but I got a lot. I mean, a lot. So yeah. So Harwood is a winner all the way. Crown Royal Black is a winner in every way. You know, so either way you go, you're winning. Uh, um, okay, just some general comments. All right, so thanks everybody. So now I have some Crown Royal products. Like it couldn't compete against the black. That's not possible. I have like the Crown Royal Reserve. Oh, I got the bourbon mash or blender's mash. You might find some bottles say blender's mash, but it's discontinued. That was a big controversy, and then it was such a big controversy that Diageo Crown Royal gave up. They were like, "We're not fighting. We give up. We're not going to make it anymore." But it was a beautiful product. It was a wonderful product, but it was too much anti Crown Royal agitation from American bourbon companies. They probably were like terrified about it. So they just basically pushed it off the shelves. But I did find a bottle. I can still find a bottle. And I probably should buy another bottle, really, when you think about it. But the infamous slash legendary Crown Royal Bourbon Mash. Oh, what a product. And then I've got Crown Royal Reserve and Crown Royal XO. Oh, those are going to be fabulous. But Harwood, yeah, that's not really a fair challenge. But Harwood's holding its own. It is holding its own. Joe Cobb said oh, my West Virginia, my Volkswagen was smoking today, some type of leak. Not good. I'm going to get it fixed, and luckily my grandma is going to let me use her car for my exams. I had a 1974 Volkswagen Beetle wasn't a Super Beetle, it was just a Beetle, not the Super Beetle. I'm going to get it fixed. And okay. It seems like some of these whiskey companies. Okay, Tom says it seems like some of these whiskey companies add new lines or secondary brands for more shelf space to increase market share and increase the percentage to sell their company. Yeah, I think they do that. Yeah. That's probably why they buy different brands. They just load it up on the shelf and then they pull it in different people. They don't realize it's all the same company. I mean, how many people buying Black Velvet realize that Harwood is also from the same people? They're probably never examining the label. I mean, Crown Royal, you know it's Crown Royal. You say, well, it's Crown Royal. It's Yeah, but see, Heaven Hill and Sazerac, Heaven Hill and Sazerac kind of use the same business model. They just buy in everybody's struggling brand and they put it on the shelf, and it'd be like 8 different bottles lined up. And you're like, oh, I'm gonna get James Fox, but I would never buy Northern Lights. And it's like they're the same people. In Russia, there would be one choice, and that's called vodka. Yeah, right. Well, anyway, a piston seal. I was glad to get rid of that Volkswagen Beetle because that car had over 300,000 miles on it and it was so worn out. But I was delighted to get that 1981 Ford Mustang. That was I think I could still drive that car today. It's like that car could never die. 1981 Ford Mustang, 4-cylinder. Okay, not a performance car. Performed for me because I went here, there. I drove around and it was perfect. But not a lot of horsepower, but 2.3 liter engine, and carburetor. 1981. But black exterior and gray interior, gray vinyl interior. That air conditioner was cold, cold, cold. The day I bought it, it was cold. The day I got rid of it, I never did anything to the air conditioner. It was cold, cold. Somebody put an add-on cruise control. Like they bought cruise control and added it, or they brought it to the dealer and they put it on. You could tell it was like not that well made, uh, applied, but it was perfect. It always kept the speed. Decent AM/FM stereo. But yeah, it was a 1981 Mustang. It was black metallic, with the little glitter and the side stripes, with the horses running. How they used to do in the 80s, early 80s with the like all the decals. But decent wheel covers. But I mean, if I told you what that car was bought for, what I paid for that, my father paid for that. But that thing that just would never break. That was the second best Mustang I had. It wasn't the best Mustang. It was the second best. The best was the 1993 LX. The last of the LX Mustangs. That was the two spark plugs per cylinder, 4-cylinder. You got more horsepower. 32 miles to the gallon anywhere you went. You always got 32 miles to the gallon no matter where you drove. If you drove in the city or the interstate, in the mountains or the flatlands, it was always 32 miles per gallon. Oh man, that car. But that 1981 Ford Mustang, 2.3 liter. Oh, the gas mileage was so good. It was really good. And you remember back in those days, they had regular gas was 88 cents a gallon. 88 cents a gallon. So you could fill up the car for $8. All right. I have a parts car, but still, I love German cars. It's a disease. He's addicted to German cars. My Volkswagen is an 8-cylinder. 8-cylinder. Oh, you don't have a Beetle. You have some. Got it for a good price. Old Mustangs are good though. Yeah, you're right. I drove a 68 Mustang with the 302, kind of a weak engine, but a 302. I hated that car. You had to choke it. You had to manually pull a choke out, get it to start. That damn thing. But 81 Mustang, you could start that thing, always start. Barely touch the ignition key. Boom, start up. 2.3 liter. That thing would always like that. That was an incredible engine. But I had a 74, I'm sorry, 77 Mustang 2 Gia, Ghia, Gia, the luxury edition. Beautiful vinyl seats. But I'm not saying that as a pejorative. They were really nice seats. And I mean, it's pretty worn out, but heavy as hell. You could drop it on a skyscraper, probably go through the whole skyscraper. But 89 Mustang LX was terrible. That thing was terrible. The air conditioner went out. I don't know. They had all kind of problems. But the 93 was a jewel. That thing was a jewel. The 2001 Mustang had a lot of power, which I didn't need. You just barely tap the accelerator. You could be going 85. You feel like you're going 50. Driving through Illinois, heading toward the White Sox, they going 85. Feel like you're going 50. I said, "Oh no, I don't need a car like this. This is dangerous." But some kind of fuel injection problem with it. I should have brought it back because it was warranted. Powertrain warranty was 5 years, 60,000 miles. That's the last time I had a Mustang, 2001. If I told you what I paid for it, you'd think I was lying, but I'm telling you the truth. I bought it brand new, 0 miles, brand new. And if I told you the price, you'd think I was mad. But that's the price. That's what I paid. I love Crown. I was wondering what the black was recently. Yeah, the black is really great. You got to get the black. You got to get the black. Cars are fickle things. They really are. You did not need it, but it was fun. It was fun. It was fun. It was fun. A Kia? I don't have a Kia. What are you talking about? I have a Nissan. I have a Nissan 4-door. That car gets 38.8 miles per gallon. You heard me. 38.8 miles per gallon every day, every week, every month, every year. They charge $36 for a 750 here now. Oh, for what? The black? Oh no, where do you live? In England? It's about $30 here. Yeah, about $30. All right. Well, y'all take care. And now I'm going to go watch the rest of the National Socialist Football League. See y'all later. Bye-bye. If you ever see Harwood, do not hesitate to buy it.